Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Heather Tiemann. I'm a realtor down here in the beautiful Lexington, Columbia area of South Carolina. And today we're going to be driving through Harbison. I've done an older video on this before, but we're going to do an updated video. Y'all just watch me drive the wrong way down this parking lot. I'm sorry, I'm just a girl, guys. So normally I would start in on my whole spiel, but because I do want to show you guys something here, I will go ahead and start the video and then I'll kind of move on after I show you this. So this is one of the shopping centers on the Harbison Boulevard section. And you have quite a few little shops here. You also have a Total Wine, a David's Bridal, and a Second and Charles. But as we turn the corner here, you're also going to see where they're about to put, and they're still currently building, the new Trader Joe's that will be here. Hopefully, I think the plan is by 2026. So that is where the Trader Joe's is going to go. Now that I've showed you guys that, I am going to go ahead and say we hit our 550 subscribers. So yay! We hit my 2025 goal in September. So we still have a few more months of the year, which is amazing. I really appreciate you guys. So in this video, I just kind of want to show you the Harbison Boulevard shopping and retail options that you have. This is where a lot of people from Lexington, Irmo, and Chapin come for their retail shopping, because this is also where our mall is located. That will be in the video as well, just a little further into this video. One thing I do want to note is that I did not start at the beginning of Harbison. I kind of just started where I was at and kind of filmed from there. And I also paused this video so you guys did not have to watch me sit in traffic. So please do not come to Harbison thinking there is no traffic because you watched my video of me just constantly driving. So I just want to go ahead and get that out of the way now. There is traffic in Harbison, and traffic actually wasn't that bad today, but there was still plenty of traffic. So keep that in mind if you are considering coming to Harbison. This is one of my favorite shopping centers in Harbison. You have quite a few things here. Once Upon a Child, which is a children's consignment store. You have Marshall's, you have Ross, you have Hobby Lobby. There's also Handel's Ice Cream, which is amazing ice cream. Then you also have a Five Below and a Dollar Tree. And then up here, it's kind of hard to see in the video, but this is a Nordstrom Rack, which is located right here to your right. In the shopping center, you're also going to have the K-Pot, which is over there, that brick building to the right there. And K-Pot is like a Korean barbecue place. My kids absolutely love Korean barbecue. In that shopping center, you will also have an Olive Garden, a Starbucks, a Chipotle, an Outback, and there's also a Pop Shelf over there. There's quite a few other stores in that shopping center, but those are kind of your bigger retail names. I'm going to try to hit a little bit of everything in this video, because while Harbison is going to be where your main shopping is located, there are a couple of roads off of Harbison that also have shopping. I did not hit Lake Murray Boulevard or St. Andrews, but I did hit Bauer Parkway and Columbiana. So as we turn into the shopping center here, it's a smaller shopping center, but it does have an Ulta, a Home Goods, as well as a Staples. So this is another one of my favorites. And as we're driving through here, and when we make this, not this turn, but this next turn, there's also Tesla chargers if you are looking for charging stations. They're right there to the right. Harbison is kind of a neat little area because it is very commercialized. There's a ton of shopping over here, but they actually make it pretty walkable because they do have tunnels that you're able to walk through and go to different areas of Harbison without actually having to drive. So when we were by the Olive Garden, in that general area, there is a tunnel where you can cross over Harbison and hit the shopping centers on the other side of the road. There's also a tunnel by that shopping center where you can cross over Columbiana and get to the shopping mall. So it makes it very convenient. If you are somebody that enjoys walking and you want to avoid the traffic, you can, park somewhere in Harbison, or, park maybe at the lake over there in Harbison and kind of just walk the tunnels and hit all of the stores that you want to hit. I mean, I don't know how convenient it would be if you're going actively shopping to go doing all these shopping trips and then carrying all the bags, but they're utilized pretty often. I know that on Mondays there is a running club that meets at the British Bulldog pub, and they do essentially a 5K, and they utilize those tunnels a lot. And I know that a lot of runners and walkers and joggers, they like to utilize those paths in order to walk around, do their 5Ks or running paths around Harbison, which I think is a cool little thing. You may not have seen it, but there's actually a Sam's Club here at this Walmart. That is a bus stop that we just passed. And you're not really going to be able to see it in this video either, but there is a Best Buy coming up. And there's quite a few little hotels. Well, I shouldn't say little hotels. They're normal size hotels. I don't know why I said that. But there's the Best Buy right there in front of you. And also in that shopping center, we just had a store called Rivals open up, and it is a Carolina Clemson store, so you can go in there and get all your Carolina Gamecock merch or Clemson Tiger merch there as well. As you leave Walmart, if you turn right, you're actually going to hit 26, so if you want to head back into Lexington, you hop on there. If you live in Chapin, it'll be there coming up on your left. As we're passing by here, we're actually going to pass a Home Depot and a Wendy's and another hotel, and there's also a frontage road back there. And I am going to just kind of turn around as we come up here, and we are going to pass a Lowe's hardware store up here on the right. So I am turned around. I'm now heading back the other direction to go through Harbison. Something else about the Harbison community, which I think is super interesting, is they have a ton of paved walking trails through here. So you can actually walk through neighborhoods. The walking trails are paved, or boardwalk, and they're about 12 miles long. And they're shaded, so if you're walking during the summer, you're at least getting some shade, and they're all open from dawn until dusk. However, I have walked them before after dark, and no one said anything, but it is kind of creepy out there by yourself. Well, I'm actually never by myself when I'm walking these trails at dark, but it is kind of creepy out there when you're walking because they're not super well lit. And they do have like little doggy bags, so you can walk your dog, or if you have a stroller. My understanding is biking is discouraged but not prohibited, just for safety reasons, because you do go through a lot of twists and turns and you may not see somebody. Now that I've talked enough, we are passing the mall. So this is the Columbiana Mall here. There's a Dave & Buster's, you have a JCPenney, a Belk, a Bath & Body Works, a Dillard's. You have a lot of shopping options in this mall. There's also a food court. We're not going to pass that because I'm not showing you the whole mall because that would take forever, but I do want to kind of give you an idea of what the parking lot looked like. And it's a pretty decent sized mall. It is small. I mean, Columbia itself is a small city, so I wouldn't expect the Mall of America by any means, but it is a pretty nice mall for it being a small city, in my opinion. We're going to come out of the mall, and we're going to come out of the mall onto Columbiana Boulevard. There's not a ton of shopping and retail on this. But there is a good amount of restaurants. So you have a McAllister's. You'll have a bunch of hotels off of this. I really love M Kitchen, which I don't think is called M Kitchen anymore, but it's still fantastic. But you'll have a lot of different food options. So you're going to have like Carrabba's. You're going to have Texas Roadhouse. You'll also have a Brazilian steakhouse off of this road, which is nice that if you're looking for a Brazilian steakhouse. It's kind of like Rio's, but they changed the names, like Brazilian Soul or something like that. I do think Rio's was better, but, it's the same concept. But I do think the food's not as good as it was. And then you also have the Miyabi. So in Lexington, you have Miyabi Jr., and then this one's going to be like a true hibachi style Miyabi. And then you have some little shops there as we're passing by them. This is going a lot quicker. A couple of restaurants. There's a Five Guys. There's a Carolina Ale House. And when I was talking earlier about the lake, we're not gonna see it, but if you were to turn right here, there is a lake that has a walking path and workout equipment that you can walk around and work out. I think the lake is about a mile long, or half a mile. I think it's a half a mile around the lake. And we're also passing an AMC movie theater. That's my preferred one. At the end of the video, there is another movie theater that we will pass, but we'll talk about that when we get there. This is the shopping center that we originally started in. So I'm coming back up Columbiana now, and we're turning right onto Harbison. And I'm just going to kind of show you a couple of fast food restaurants. There's a Panera Bread over here as well. And this is that shopping center that we were in the very beginning of the video. Mission Barbecue, they recently opened up, I think maybe a year or so ago. At 12 o'clock every single day, they get up and they sing the national anthem. And I was very caught off guard by that because there was no warning. Everybody just kind of got up and started singing the national anthem. And I didn't know what was happening. So it was cool. It was like really neat to experience, but it definitely caught me off guard. That is for sure. You also have a Longhorn Steakhouse here. You do actually have quite a few steak options if you are a steak eater. I'm getting out of breath talking in this video. My goodness. So we're kind of towards the end of Harbison. So I'm going to kind of turn into the shopping center. What you're not going to see is that there is a Kohl's. If I were to continue going straight, there's a Kohl's. It's a very large Kohl's. I think it is bigger than the one in Lexington. And then you have a very good sized Target here. And then Sierra. I haven't been there. That is brand new, but it seems like it's in the same family as the TJ Maxx that's beside there. But I think they sell like outdoorsy stuff. And there is an Old Navy in this parking lot, as well as a Carter's children's clothing store and a Publix. I love this Publix. It's one of my favorite Publix. But you have a lot of different options. This is my other favorite shopping center because you have the TJ Maxx, you have the Target, you have Publix, you have Old Navy, one of my favorite shopping centers. And then this is Bauer Parkway we're driving down. So you're going to see me sit here and wait for a second. But we're going to drive down Bauer Parkway and we're going to turn into this shopping center, which is also off of Harbison as well. This one has a few different shops in it. Planet Fitness is one of the gyms that we go to. And I don't recommend that Planet Fitness is not great. It's not great. But if you like to spend a lot of money on furniture, there is a Haverty's right there. Very nice stuff, not gonna lie. I did like walking through there. And then in this shopping center, you're also gonna have a honey baked ham. I know a lot of people like that. A Brazilian wax spa, a GameStop, don't know how they're still open. A Kirkland's, I love Kirkland's. A Michael's, as well as a PetSmart. So you actually have a good amount of shopping options in here as well. As we come out of here, we're going to turn on to Bauer Parkway, and you're going to see the Dick's Sporting Goods right in front of us. I know I kind of breezed past it, but there is also an Academy Sports off of, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the road, but it is off of Harbison. And there's a couple of vacant stores here, and there used to be a Burning 99 there at the corner, which was another like Korean barbecue place, but they closed down. I'm going to kind of get you a little bit closer because it really is a nice shopping center. It kind of gives an outlet feel to it. You have a Plato's Closet right there, which if you're unfamiliar with Plato's Closet, it is kind of like a preteen and teen consignment store. And then earlier when I was talking about where people meet up at the British Bulldog Pub on Mondays and run a 5K, that is the British Bulldog Pub right there. So you do have quite a few options in this neighborhood. Yummy Bowl, oh, that place was so good. And there's B-Max Buffet. That thing was only open, I think 13 days. They opened it and they immediately closed it. I don't know what's going on because Burning 99 was only open for a few months as well. There is the Regal Cinema that I was telling you about earlier in the video. That's the second movie theater over here. Kiki's Chicken and Waffles, phenomenal. I really do enjoy Kiki Chicken and Waffles. Be prepared to wait though, because they do take a little bit of time. There's a Bonefish Grill, never eaten there. There's a rug gallery, and then there is an Amish furniture store. I've actually never been into the Amish furniture store, but it seemed really nice. But this is Harbison, Columbiana, and Bower Parkway. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you want to know more about the area, drop a comment down below, and I'm always happy to answer any questions. Also, if you want to talk to me directly, my contact information is down in the description box.